everybody! Figured I'm going to be doing some peeling of onions. I I am trying to get a bunch of onions peeled and chop them up in my food processor and freeze them because they're starting to sprout. A big bag I got for a month and a half ago, maybe, either around Christmas time or that. So I got some onions, so I'm gonna see some sprouts. They're still good, but I want to. They're little dinky onions, so if I'm gonna go and start crying, I may as well see some of these little onions. Get that started. So, how is everybody doing? Abby still hasn't made it to school yet today. She's missing. She was only in 2 classes right now. She's missing her class today, but she's going to go after lunch for her second class, and then for her resource period to do the work that she was the first class. She did not sleep well last night, so I'm like, can't get her moving. We're still dealing with insomnia and nausea and stuff like that, but feelings-wise, she's at least feeling a bit better. Not a lot. So, have to take each day as it comes. Hey Amanda, how's it going? Onions. So if I start crying, you will know. I just got a whole bunch of, well, I have onions from, when did I do it? When did I buy onions? I have to look back at my videos. I don't know if, well, I still have to upload the grocery hauls, but I've got all these, and they're little dinky onions, so I want to cut them up in my food processor and freeze them in Ziploc bags or containers for cooking. I'm going to be making those porcupine balls today for supper, which I was supposed to be doing last week, but then I had basically everybody sick at various different times. So last week's menu, did we actually eat anything on last week's menu? Yes, last night, instead of the curry, we actually made sushi. Well, Rowan made sushi. Rowan made salmon sushi, and she made barbecue pork sushi for herself. She doesn't do seafood. Whenever I cut them, I cry and have emotional. That's emotional. Yes, exactly. Well, I mean, like some of these onions. So I got 10 pounds of onions. In one of my grocery hauls, I believe it was after Christmas, so it was either just after Christmas or beginning of January. But I paid $3.99 for them. I'm like, okay, I needed onions. I was out of onions. I was actually doing really good, but I haven't used all these onions, so I'm going to chop them up before they go. But like they're starting to sprout, so some are starting to sprout. They're not like going bad yet. So I'm going to chop them up, and then if I can cry, like today's one of my few days I'm home. If I get them chopped up, then I'll be using them more, and I won't have to buy onions. Like, we don't use onions raw for hardly anything. Actually, yesterday I took one big onion. I made a blooming onion for lunch. Yesterday's lunch I made blooming onion and fried canned potatoes. No vegetable or meat. It was not a healthy lunch, but that is what my family wanted. And then supper time, make sushi. Oh, I gotta turn my notifications off, because otherwise this darn thing is going to go bzz, 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 bzz. So hopefully, if I don't rub my face, I won't have to start crying. If I can get a whole big huge milk bowl, I'm trying to put them in this big huge bowl here, I can get them done. So this week's menu, I'll be taking video soon. I've redone it because everybody. Yes, I'm vibrating. That's notification. See, I don't like getting the sound, so I turn everything on silent so that it vibrates. But then it's like my whole thing is just gonna vibrate. It's just gonna be annoying. Hey CR, how's it going? I'm peeling onions so I can chop them up and freeze them. I think if I do a bunch of stuff like that, probably like last weekend I had made a French onion soup, um, and I had Rowan peeling onions, but she got tired of peeling them, so it wasn't as big as a batch as I wanted to make, because I was getting her to do it because I was doing running around and that. So I figured this time I'm going to be getting this chopped with the food processor and having this ready for. I'm making the porcupine balls tonight. Planning to make lamb curry tomorrow. So I did make lamb curry yesterday, which was on the menu plan because my family still was not feeling 100%. And spices on Sunday before people trying to go back to school and work, because Rowan was sick all last week except for Monday. Tuesday was a snow day. So even though she was sick, she got sick on Tuesday. She didn't really miss anything. But at a glance, I thought that said, been eating. Been Oh, yes. I've been taking videos of it, so soon I'll be. The videos I've uploaded have been the ones I've done as one shots, and then I still have to edit some videos. I'm going to try and do it most recent back. So I did groceries on Friday, and I should upload that video. I don't know how much my total is yet, but my goal is for January and February to use half of my grocery budget. So my grocery budget is about $900 a month for the family of four. So last month I did use half the grocery budget, but that's because also I only shopped once because we were in the hospital. So it was kind of like a forced. This time, I did actually use my grocery budget, um, but I bought some things that were not groceries, so I'm going to take them off my my grocery amount. Hey, food forest permaculture. But I got some great deals. I've been very good at actually using the stuff in my pantry and my freezers. Um, I've actually have like space in my big freezer versus me having to put stuff on top of the lid of the freezer and pushing it down. I have been using, so since the family was sick last week, we actually used a lot of the canned soup I had, the Campbell soup, that were now down to 2 cans. I was going to pick up some more, but they were not on sale, so I did not pick up any more except for the chunky ones. And because they were on sale for $1.67 the chunky, and I figured just in case my family is sick again, they could have one of those, which has more substance. But you know, hot pink paracord going to attempt to make. Oh, cool. Um, but yeah, no. Last week my menu plan, as you saw, I think I upload the what happens when everybody's sick video. Menu plan went outdoor, so I was the only one that was well, and I didn't really want to cook for myself since all I was doing basically was giving people soda crackers or giving them chicken noodle soup or giving them a ramen noodles because that's all they wanted to put in their stomach, like, and then like applesauce and stuff. So, oh, thanks, Food Forest. Thanks, Howie. I awesome Earthling. Well, I hope so. Sometimes I think I'm an alien because sometimes I don't know about you guys, but if you guys go on Facebook or on different groups or um, bulletin board lists and stuff like that, and if it's about like with your local residences, and you see the questions that pop up there, and you're like, what is wrong with people? Am I completely off my rocker? You know, like sometimes I think that some of the parents in my area are all like from some different planet or that because they're like majorly uh, micromanaging and stuff like that, or they're asking things like, they're all worried. So we're going to get a huge dumping of snow either Tuesday night or Wednesday afternoon of like over a foot of snow. And they're all worried about the snow and stuff like that and going to the stores and stocking up. And I'm like, seriously, what do you need? Like, even if we're snowed in, okay, which has has never happened in my adult life, you should have enough food in your house to last a week. Like, if you got power, last a week. Oh, it's pouring rain where you are, Amanda? Um, and I'm like, why are people like so worried? Like, it's not like we have never lived here, okay? In all of my years living in the Ottawa area, February is always a messed up month. What? And the reason why I know this is because it's my birthday month. So there's always snowstorms. There's always blizzards. Every once in a while we get like all of a sudden like a heat wave and everything starts melting like we did last week. My driveway has like 4-5 inches of ice, sheer ice. I've put salt down, I put sand down. I can't chop this. I have a chopper thingy. I can't chop through it. Like, it's just crazy. I'm waiting for it to kind of slowly. I don't want it to melt too fast because um, we think that there's a bit. Well, we know that there's a bit of a leak or whatever in our roof. We got a new roof in 2008, so we're going to contact the roofers and say, hey, our roof. It's a 25-year roof. Um, in the garage, I know there's a leak because it was dripping, and I put a bucket to catch the dripping. I think there's also a leak on this side because in the basement there's a bit of when we had the warm spell and things are melting. We had a bit of water down there, not a lot, and we do have that. Um, we've had that most springs, not every spring. So I don't know what it is. But that's also like there is a window well there, but we don't see any leakage in the walls or anything like that. But we're going to contact the roofers to come and investigate and check out the roof because, hey, this is supposed to be a warranty for a reason. So if I have one YouTube account and a website, no Facebook, no Bitter Twitter, no Flickr, and some people have lost. Oh, I know. A lot of people have lost their news. I personally like Facebook because it's like it's more of just to connect with people. And then I like seeing their posts or their pictures and stuff like that. But see, I have Twitter, but I don't really know how to do Twitter very well. My husband likes Twitter. It's like his little soapbox. Um, and I do have Instagram, but again, I'm not very good at just taking pictures, and then like I don't even really take a good selfie. So I'm trying not to rub my eyes. But no, I like Facebook. But see, that's the thing. Like I ever say, Facebook is my generation's thing. Um, my kids have Facebook, but that's just to get Messenger, and they don't do anything on Facebook. They do Snapchat and all that stuff. You know, gum helps. So I heard. Oh, while peeling onions. Well, normally with peeling onions, I would put the onions in the fridge before I peel them. The coldness of the onions help stop the juice tearing stuff. But not tearing quite yet. I was just more. My eye was itchy. But I know if I rub with my hands, I will start tearing really quickly. These little onions are a pain in the butt. But I paid only $3.99 for 10 pounds, so that's like less than 50 cents a pound, maybe 40 cents a pound. So I can't really complain. From what I've watched, a lot of people seem to be is a whole different person than the same one you thought you. True. So, well, this is the thing: is that so one of my friends on Facebook um, posted like pictures of their vacation and their family time and stuff, and then within 6 months later, they were talking about their separation. It's like, okay, from what you've posted all this time was all the good stuff in the relationship, and then you know all of a sudden it happens. It's like and she's like, no, it wasn't all of a sudden. I just didn't post about that stuff. It's like, yeah, they post the good stuff. I mean, you're not going to necessarily post the bad stuff, I guess. I mean, I post on, for myself, I post the good, bad, like whatever we're dealing with, just so people know. Oh, now I'm tearing. I should get a Kleenex. Because like on my Facebook, I've posted for my friends and stuff like that. They kind of like say, hey, this is what we're going through with Abby's health and everything like that, just so that they know why I am completely like off my rocker sometimes. Like I don't know which end is up because there's just so much stuff going on that's hard to. Where's the Kleenex? There you go. I've watched counting raindrops help. Okay, so your weather there in BC, all I'm hearing is like you're starting to have flowers blooming and rain and stuff. I'm like, we're gonna be getting a dumping of like a foot of snow here in the next couple of days, and people are losing their shit. I'm like, my goodness, people, you live in Canada, you live where we live. Kanata is the west end suburb of Ottawa, Ontario. It's in the valley, so in the Ottawa Valley. So weather things come here, and they come here and they stay here for 3 or 4 days because of the mountains of the Gatineau Hills, and the mountains in Pakenham and stuff like that. Like weather just comes and it follows the river, which is just down over here, and stays in the Ottawa area for 3 or 4 days. So when we have snow for 3 or 4 days. When we have rain, we have 3 or 4 days. Oh my goodness, lilacs starting to bud. We don't get, so lilacs here, my lilacs in my backyard, bud around May 4 weekend. So because when my kids were in scouts, we used to go camping that not the long weekend, but the weekend either before the long weekend or the weekend after the long weekend. And so we would go and bring lilacs to put in the outhouses. Like put them in like an empty can or like coffee cup or whatever with some water in it, so that the outhouses didn't stink that much. And that's the only way. I'm like, and mine tend to I have one that kind of blooms 1 week and one that waits like a week or so later. It's like people forget it can get cold, rain, snow, sleet, freezing rain, maybe all. Oh yeah, well, where I live, it could be all four of those weather forecasts all on the same day. So when was it? Friday? I did groceries. It was warm in the morning, so it it rained a little bit, like light rain, and then things were melting. So my driveway, I had like 2 inch puddle above the ice. So I was chopping a pathway for my garage because my garage has been frozen since before Christmas. Frozen shut. My little shed that I moved the snowblower in before Christmas because I knew the garage was going to freeze. I put my little shed. Unfortunately, my little shed is also low that it froze to the ground of my walkway. Hey, Josh. And my little shed's doors are frozen shut. So this spring, I'm gonna get like a pallet or something like that to put on the bottom. So raise my shed a couple of inches so that my garbage cans and stuff I can actually put maybe in my shed because right now they're just along the path, and um, they are just like it's not necessarily attractive or that, but there's nothing I can do. I can't get from this. I'm not gonna go into my garage on this end of the drag a garbage can or recycling through the house to get outside the door. So if people don't like it, too bad. I'm peeling onions. Welcome back, Amanda. Um, but yes, we keep on forgetting here. Some of my neighbors, that's like, oh my goodness, we're gonna get a dumping of snow, and they're going like they're rushing to like Costco and to the grocery store to stock up and before Snowmageddon comes or whatever. And I'm like, seriously, we live in Ottawa, Kanata, west end of Ottawa, in the Ottawa Valley. It snows and rains and it was windy. So on Friday it was windy, like my hair blew all over the place. I looked like a freaking, Wicked Witch of the West with like, Wizard of Oz. My hair just flying around. Um, but some of my neighbors are like going crazy. I'm like, I don't know how people. I, I don't know why people don't plan. Like, I do grocery shopping every 2 weeks. If I don't do grocery shopping on a particular day, because I rely on a ride, so I can't really. I can kind of guess. Usually, I try, Wednesday or Thursday. Like this past week, it ended up being Friday because Wednesday and Thursday, my friend was not available. My hair just is going nuts. So, but that extra day really didn't mean anything. Did I really need to go to the store? For some things, I did really need to get some fresh fruits and vegetables, especially since my family has been sick. I wanted to get some fresh berries and stuff because they were on sale, and some fruit and vegetables. But last week, my family did not eat. I did not make my menu plan because my family was eating crackers and broth on any given day. I had various people sick at various different times, and but nobody threw up, nobody had like gastro or diarrhea or anything like that. Just had nausea and headachy. Um, but nobody threw. So it was just trying to get them to eat anything. Weather 100 kilometers. Oh yeah, winds a foot of snow and 20 below. My island was smashed, and it was a frozen bleak. No spring here. No time in Asia. Ah, well, different parts of BC, some of it is like spring and summer weather, and then other parts you've got major snow. Hey, 50 chickens in a hen house. How's it going? So, Josh, you're a singer? What type of music or that do you sing? I Winter my garden came to Vancouver and by everyone. I have a snow to clear. Okay, well, bye, Food Forest Permaculture. Bye. Have a great day. Been enjoying your videos on your veggies and fruit and what was it? What was the last one? I think it was micronutrients. Very informative. Very cool. What type of games and stuff do you play, Josh? And what do you sing? I'm a stay-at-home mom, um, who likes to cook, who likes to save money, who likes to just chat with you guys, do live streams, get to know you, keep me company while I do the mundane tasks. That is what adulting is about. So, um, my youngest daughter, she's a singer. She sings soprano. Um, and I'm not a singer. I don't. You don't really want me to sing. I'm tone deaf, so that's not so good. I do song covers. Some by request, mostly old songs and some. Oh, okay. What do you mean by old songs, Josh? Like what genre? What years? What do you consider old songs? Because my girls think that Spice Girls are old songs, so. Hey, HAG. Have a good. Oh, see, it took me a while to figure out what the acronym was. I keep on thinking, oh, 30 years ago. That's like the 70s. Nope, not quite. I still can't believe it's 2019. I mean, I can't believe I have my daughters graduating. Oh, by the way, she got into college. Woohoo! Now we have to pay for it. uh, she got into the developmental service worker program, and she wants to be an EA in the school. And that's so she might. She hasn't checked her email to see if she got into the child youth worker program, but um, that's the other one that she wanted, either or. I told her the developmental service program had more skills and more things for people with disabilities, where she would be more likely to be hired for, like knowing versus youth child worker, where you're more dealing with um, behavior and stuff like 80s music. Okay, that's not old stuff. That was my teenage years. No, the 80s, 90s was my teen. 80s and 90s, late 80s. But yes, 80s music is great. But it's not, I still think old stuff is like my parents' music, like the 50s, 60s stuff with the Beatles and stuff. Or, but my ringtone on my phone is AC/DC, so and that's pure 80s, 90s. And for games I do Warframe, CS, and Ghost Subnautica. Cool. I'm gonna go check. Ah, yes. I I play some games on my phone. Not. I used to play games with my husband back in the day. We used to play Ultima and Warcraft and Mech Commander. Those were the big ones. Oh, and some of them were choose your own adventure D&D type games on the computer. But my daughter downstairs plays. We have what's it called? Attached to the TV. Um, do 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 do. What's the box called? Which on there you can she could play Fortnite or whatever, but she plays this driving game and some other games. But she doesn't like She tried it for Fortnite. She doesn't like Fortnite. Okay. So the Righteous Brothers, that's not from the that's like from the 50s, 60s. Hey Google, what year was You Lost That Loving Feeling?
You've Lost That Loving Feeling was released on June 7th, 2005.
No, not that one. Hey Google, what what year did the Righteous Brothers sing You Lost That Loving Feeling? I'll go and subscribe to you, Josh.
That Loving Feeling was released on June 7th, 2005.
No, that's not right. Hey Google, when did the Righteous Brothers sing You Lost That Loving Feeling?
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that.
Oh, yes. So I saw a news article, which was hilarious, that in the UK, that the most common cause of divorces in 2018 was Fortnite. They actually listed it as a reason for divorce. I'm like, okay, it's people fall only streamed when singing, but hope to do some singles now. I have the awesome. I'd love to hear your singing there. I like other people singing. My singing is not so good. Good job. Well, yes. So Rowan has she's babysits. And she does collect her money, so she doesn't spend her money. So she has more in her bank account than I do. Actually, she has 3 bank accounts. Um, Up here in Canada, I don't know if you have it in the States. We have these online bank things. Like we had President's Choice Financial, which changed to Simply, and then there's Tangerine, and both of those offered new clients, if they got an account, they get free $50. Um, so hubby gave Rowan a link from his account, so he ended up getting $50 for free, and she got $50 for free for setting up 2 different accounts, like through the 2 different branches. And then Abby got free $50. I think she did both. No, no, she's only done one. I think she's only done Simply, not Tangerine yet. Because you have to go and show your ID to a Canada Post office. But I'm like, hey, free $100. Can't go wrong for both people. But she doesn't spend her birthday and Christmas money. We do have some our ESPs for both the girls, but depending on what they do and how long they like, if they don't like, I don't know if they're going to take a full course load, because well, Rowan has a learning disability, Abby has a physical disability, so it could take them longer to do certain things. Here in Canada, in college or university, if you have a disability, um, you can take 60% of the course load and still be considered full time. So that's the good thing. So they don't have to necessarily, if they have like 8 courses in one term or something like that, they could take, I think, 6. So, and then still be able to consider it full time. So it might just take them, like a 2-year program might take 3 years, or still do 2 years by taking um, a couple courses that they could take online or in the summertime, where most programs are just a fall semester and a winter semester. So for the DSW program, I believe it's still a 2-year program. I did that program, but I went to the route instead of being an EA, working with adults with physical and developmental disabilities for their personal care and stuff like that. I'm contemplating uh, going back to doing something like that part-time, just because. So hubby and I had this discussion. He's set for retirement because he's been working the whole time um, with the federal government. So what's that? So Rowan's going to be 18, so for 19 years. So he has a pension and that, so he'll be set that way. And then he's able to put money aside into our DSP, which is a registered disability savings plan, because he has a disability, um, up till the age of 45, where the government matches it by 1 to 3 times the amount. So if you put 5,000 in, depending on what your income level is, if you're really low income, it could be matched to 3 times that amount, or if you're higher up, they'll just match for 1 time that amount, or not all, depending on how much. We're not extremely low income, but we are not um, really high income either, because we only have one income. So we were just discussing of me going back to school sometime, going part-time. I'm not going back to school, going back to work, at least part-time, just to have some income come in, and then take majority of that income and put it into like some sort of investment for the future, because at some point, like when we're 65, he'll have a pension. I will have like CPP, which is Canadian pension plan, but not that much, because I was only working about 20 years. I mean, I've been working since I was 14, uh, getting taxes taken off. But that was, so, 15 years. So, went to school for like 4 years, only came out with an associate's degree. So is associate's degree, is that, so we don't call them that here. So college has a 2-year diploma or a 3-year diploma. So if you were going like registered nurse, you'd get a 3-year. Now, university starts at a 4-year program, 3 or 4 years. Sometimes they're 3 years when you go through the summer, and so that's your bachelor's, and then master's is add on another 2 years usually, and then your um, bachelor's, master's, and doctorate is add another couple of years. We have 2 and 4 years, and master's degrees are longer. Okay. Okay, so the 2 year. So you went 4 years. Did you go part time or that? For the sorry, Steve. Welcome back, CR, with your coffee. So yeah, don't forget to sub and click a thumbs up. Yeah, so I went to college for I went to college for 4 years. So I first was going to a mechanical engineering technology program. So that was a 3-year program. So mechanical engineering was a 4-year university program, or technology, which was just like under that, was a 3-year program. I did 2 years of the 3-year program, and then I switched to DSW. Well, I guess 1.5 years of the 3-year program, and then I switched to developmental service worker, which I did 2 years of. So I went 3.5 years and only came out with a 2-year program because I switched. But then I had like still like at the time, so I had like 16,000 in tuition, and I didn't get too like when I was doing my first program, I was living at home, so I didn't get much student loan. It just basically covered tuition and books, and computer. And then the second time I got a little bit more because I was living on my own. Support doesn't mean so much more. Yeah. Yes, support Yes, exactly. Come back anytime. You know, come chat with us. We're a good bunch of people here. Everybody's welcome as long as they treat each other with respect, and I don't care your religious background, your political background, your ethnicity or anything like that. As long as you are good people, you're welcome here. So often I was right around the time my parents were sick and so Amanda, were they both sick at the same time? That's rough. Yeah, exactly. My mom passed uh in my second year. No. So there's first, yes, in my second, it's the starting of my second year. Because school started in September and she passed in October. So, and what's weird with that one was with my program, I had moved out. I was in my program and then I moved out about 6 months or so before she died, which kind of was semi good in the fact that I had already moved all my stuff out, but then I just had to deal with her stuff when she died. 18 when he died, and had just turned 19 when she died. Ouch. Sounds like my grandparents. My grandfather passed with stomach cancer, and 9 months later, my grandmother passed. So, oh, she played nice. Otherwise, exactly. Amanda's really good at throwing that wrench. She must have did shot put in high school. Game to Gaga. Awesome. Well, you have a wonderful day, Josh. Thanks for sharing the love. Feel free to stop by and watch any my other videos. Most of them involve food of some sort, or talking about food. So always grab a snack and a coffee. And feel free to swing by again. I will check out your channel when I'm done here. I will go and watch your most recent video and share the love. Whereabouts in the world are you? Are you in the States or in Canada or the UK? You take care, Josh. Um, mine passed 4 months apart when I was. Wow. So my mom. So we're old people. Like my mom died when I was 21 too. So my mom died when I was 21. My dad died when I was 42. So 21 years apart. But with my dad, my stepmother um, took care of all the funerally stuff. Um, but also had all the insurance and all that stuff. My mom, I had to do all that stuff, and she didn't really have anything. Basically, the insurance she had, cause she was ended up being on disability for about 3 or 4 years before she passed, because she had cancer. Um, the, the insurance that she had basically covered her funeral and expenses, and there was maybe a couple of thousand afterwards to kind of just actually that helped with some other like basically used it for moving costs because I had to move all her stuff out of the apartment because she was in a rent geared to income apartment. Like she only on disability, she only made like something like $600 a month, but with that $600, her rent was like $200. So she ended up still doing pretty well at $400 at the time for like groceries and cable and phone and stuff. Like at the time, and internet internet was dial up way way back then. Because I mean, when she died, um, I had a 14.4 baud modem, and that was like fancy. Get started an orphan club. Exactly. Orphans unite. Had a bro and a sis to support and a house to pay. Wow. See, I was the only child. So, I mean, my stepmother has a kid from a previous marriage, but never lived at home with them. Oh. Actually, when my dad remarried, her son was living at home for about 6 or 9 months. He was going to school and that, and then he got moved out. So it's like, hello, hood back. Exactly. It's definitely a wake up call because I mean, I had just moved out on my own with roommates and was just starting to adult. I knew how to do bills and stuff. Like I knew how to cook and that. But then, when my mom died, I had to do all of her funeral stuff. And the worst part was she had a will. So I saw this will being done. So like in March of that year, like she died in October, she got invited with friends of hers that used to go down to Florida every March break. Um, they would drive down, and she had never been to Disney. Okay, because we could never afford Disney, and so she went with them um, to just go and see Disney and that. And before she did that, she had done a will, and her friend Sharon signed it and got notarized, and she put it in some sort of security box somewhere, not even at her bank that I knew about. And when she did die, we could never find her will. So she said it must be in some sort of security box because it was not amongst her stuff. It was that we could find not amongst her important papers. And she was very good. Like she was a secretary or office admin for many years. So her paperwork, like she kept everything and was organized and labeled versus I keep paperwork. Like I have important papers. I have a couple like bins that I just put them in. And in a drawer, like we have a filing cabinet in the basement, but nothing's in actual files and standing up. It's just thrown in the filing cabinet drawer. My organization has is leaving something to be desired. But oh yeah, I'm still learning how to. I mean, this is the thing. My mom never taught me how to do anything. I taught myself how to cook because my mom couldn't cook. Because my mom was not a good cook. She didn't know how to really do lots of cleaning and stuff like that either because she was more of a tomboy. She knew how to change a tire or change the oil in the car and stuff like that. Not the household stuff. So I learned myself, which is not great. Like, I'm sure there's more effective ways to do a lot of stuff. My dad was a cleaner type person, but they separated when I was 6. So my dad was a neat freak, clean OCD. Like he used to iron his jeans and his shorts. Like I think that's one of the reasons why they divorced because he expected my mom to kind of do that stuff, and my mom said, "Screw you." She was very much of a feminist in the fact that, like, you want this done, you could do it yourself, you know. And but even to the day he died, like my dad used to iron or get Sandra to iron his shorts, like his boxers and his shorts and his jeans. And I don't know if he used to iron his socks, but he was very meticulous about folding and stuff. Too overcreative. Yes, I think I have that version of OCD because I've thought sometimes I joke around like I have a few friends. I have one friend that's very OCD, um, and she doesn't necessarily come over. I go over to her place and she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's a mess." I'm like, "It's not even a mess. Like she hadn't had time to do a full detailed cleaning." I'm like, "That's not a mess." She would have a heart attack coming here because I've got stuff. Any flat surface I tend to put stuff on. But I'm a visual spatial learner, so I need to see the stuff, which is part of the problem. I've thought about, I should have an OCD meeting at my house sometime. and then they just go off and clean and organize my house. But the problem is they probably throw shit out that I don't want them to throw out, and I would have like a panic attack or something. No, don't touch that. Comes up 98.6 the time for me. What do you mean it comes up? And for me, like my biggest thing is I don't tend to finish things. So like laundry. I'll wash, I'll dry, I'll put the stuff in the hampers, fold and put away. Doesn't hardly ever happen. That I have a bunch of clean clothes in the hamper in my room that I still need to put away. Um, it's the finishing, like the completing of a task. That's my major thing. It's just like last week I cleaned the fridge in the basement. I got all the way down to the vegetable bins, and I didn't finish them, and I didn't do the door. But then I stopped because I ran out of time, and I just haven't had the inclination or the time that I thought I needed to have available for that task. I always think that things either take so much longer or not enough time. Like last week I was cleaning the basement, and I was moving stuff, like moving the couch, because stuff falls underneath the couch all the time. Like, and I swear my family hates wearing socks. I swear there was like socks galore underneath the couch because they would take them off or they fall in the couch or underneath the couch. Oh my god, wonder where all the socks are. I'm sure it's still in there. There's still some under the couch. But I did part of it, but then I was very proud of myself. Was before I decided, oh, I'm done because I'm getting sore and my back was sore from crouching and stuff. That I finished putting away the stuff at that. Now the basement is still a mess of where I ended it, but I removed all the garbage. I removed all the recycling. I moved all the laundry that I had found over to one side. As in, I suffer from it. Oh, yes. Be in order. CDO. Oh, Amanda. Okay. You've got to make a trip up here to Canada. I'll feed you. We've got a nice couch there. It's actually quite comfy. It's new to us. It's we were like it was covered in plastic at their old house. Never actually really sat on in the formal living room or whatever. No, it's like from the 80s or whatever. But it's like the best couch I've ever had. Even like our basement couch we bought. That was the only couch we've ever bought. Everything else we've got for free, either or used at like through the penny saver or free from family or from the curb or from thrift store. Obsessive procrastinators. Oh yes, I'm a procrastinator. I procrastinate till it's like absolutely needed. That's why I'm looking around right now for scholarships and grants for Rowan to apply for so that we could get some free money to go for school. Because hey, any free money that she can get, even if it's $500 grant or whatever, that's $500 that we don't have to come up with. So I know it's called a Cooper. It's Cooper brand. So supposedly Cooper brand's like really expensive. Like my friend said, yeah, it's like a really expensive couch. Um, and it was covered in plastic, but nobody actually really sat on it. And it was in their formal dining room, like living room or whatever, and then of her family member, and then um, over the years, like they just kept on using that room for storage, like everything was just in boxes and stuff around it, type thing. So, and she goes, they were gonna get rid of it, and I'm like, ah, and she goes, I know your couch was falling apart, like the seams where it needed to be repaired and stuff. I mean, I got that one for free about 10 years ago. So, oh, whoops, right. plug this into my computer here because I think my thingy. Let's see if that's charging. Yay, charging there. There. I'm just surprised I'm not tearing yet completely. Usually I'm like crying like a baby. Oh yeah, well free. So I had to pay. So probably at the end of the day, probably about 40 or 60 bucks for uh, the friend's truck, like access to the truck, and the dump fee because he took the old couch to the dump. Hey Rosie, yeah, free is awesome. I mean, uh, and the best thing. So once my friend is done with her family, I might even get new coffee table and end tables from the same house that the couch came from. um, like the ones I have, I paid for. I think I paid 20 bucks for them when I first moved out. A garage sale, two end tables, and a coffee table. Um, they serve its purpose. They're fine, but they're just square. Like there's nothing. Like there's no sentimental value to them. But if the other ones look nicer, or like I don't need them to be as wide as they are, like because right now they just take up a lot of space, and that just means more things to be for me to surface. Almost done the onions. No, can't Scotch guard the kids. Apparently, there's just too much chemicals in them. But did so. The Scotch guard does work because yesterday I made sushi and we decided we wanted to just watch something on the TV up here, so we were eating here, and I was pouring soy sauce. You know the color of soy sauce on my plate, and it kind of splashed and went onto the ottoman cushion. It bubbled on there. I took a napkin and I wiped it, and I took like a dishcloth and I wiped it, and you can't tell it was even there. And that's black on the beige. I'm like, oh, this is why we don't eat on the couch. So the Scotch Guard worked. So, but like, what? Took me a week before I had my first spill on it. Like, come on. You get to the states. Well, this was the thing. I've never. So this, you could tell I'm like I'm growing up or I'm adulting. I've never had furniture nice enough that I really cared about stains because all the furniture we've ever had, we've gotten used. So it came with stains or like except for the couch in the basement which we bought new, but it was brown, so you could hide a lot with stains. Hey, stink bait. No problem. Welcome to my channel. We're just chatting about stains. I mean, this is the thing. It's like when you actually have furniture that's actually like worth something. None of my furniture that I own is worth ever selling it used. Like I've gotten it used, usually cheap, like $100 or something like that. Like I've got it free, and it's just easier sometimes I find giving away stuff for free than trying to sell it and get a decent amount of money. So the free economy part of things, I'm really good at stuff. Like I mean, my dining room table, my chairs, my dresser thing. These things from IKEA I bought have been free. The couch, my previous couch was free. This one's couch free. My two red chairs. Oh, you'll see, red, not kind of coral salmon. Got them also from the same place for free. The bookshelf that's over there for free. I paid that bookshelf. I bought my mom for Christmas from IKEA. Like IKEA came to Ottawa. Like, hey Google, when did IKEA come to Ottawa?
On the website ottawacitizen.com, they say, the first IKEA in the U.S. opened in 1985 in Philadelphia.
Hey Google, when did the IKEA open in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada?
On the website ottawacitizen.com, they say, the biggest IKEA in Canada will open in Ottawa on December 7th, a 398,000 square foot temple for furniture and houseware.
Are you gonna do a live with your mom again? No. Well, the live was with my friend Angie. She's not my mom. She actually is the same age as me, but thanks. I'm supposed to get together with Angie sometime this. I'll have to go look at the schedule. Probably this week or maybe next week. We get together. I can't on Wednesday. Um, I'm trying to see if I can get certain doctor's appointments planned. Now that we're out of the hospital and everything like that, it's trying to get back to how things were and try and call the different doctors for either me and for Abby or whatever and get our appointments set up. And same with dentists and all that stuff because a whole bunch of things were scheduled in January because well that's kind of usually how it happens in this household. But I had to cancel them and I didn't want to reschedule them because I did not know when we'd be able. That's mom. With your yes. Hope to get together with her. Um, in the next this week or next. Like she. I was contemplating. I was trying to get together with her today, but she had a doctor's appointment this afternoon, and I might be able to get together with her Thursday or Friday. Because right now, what do I have? Thursday? No, not Thursday. Thursday, I'm getting my hair done. I have set an appointment to get that done. I'm gonna get a cut and recoloring my hair because I'm starting to see a bit too much glitter going on here. It's pretty nice when I came in before. Yes. No. She's just really good at when there's trolls that pop in here. Sometimes we get the weird trolls that start talking about poop or something stupid. So she's good at like catching them. Oh, hi, Rowan. What?
Your shoe was outside.
My shoe was outside?
Yeah.
So Daddy dragged my shoe out there.
I'm about.
I'm on live stream, by the way. Are you gonna have your sushi? What? Oh, you should go and bug Abby to wake up.
I'm not really trying to do it right now. So I have to do a project,
Okay.
and I have theoretically to the end of class tomorrow. I didn't get any time today to work on it, so I'm gonna work on it, and then.
I'm sure you can get an extension since you were sick.
Since this is a snow day Friday, or even if it's not, you can take Friday class time. Scholarship. But I had to do that. I had to do. Sorry, I'm just going to make a real one. I have to do my lab without my partner, so I'll be like, I have all the results, I have the answer to the questions, and then I have to write a prayer.
I'm sure you could Google a prayer and just.
No, you have to write a prayer.
Yes, but you could change the words. So she's just talking about different projects. So she's in Catholic school, so she has to write a prayer for grade 12 religion. I'm sure you could find the topic and find a prayer that you can copy some from.
Yeah, so I will bring home.
Here, can you just? I'm gonna show the sushi. This is her sushi that she had made. This one's barbecue beef one. No, barbecue pork. Korean barbecue pork. And she made salmon ones. We had that for supper last night. These ones are hers because she doesn't do seafood.
Do you know where?
The what?
Can you get me the pink fish?
What?
Can you get me the pink ginger?
Yeah, it's in the fridge. It's in the little rectangle container.
Can't sit on the couch.
What?
Can't sit on the couch.
Yes, you can. You can go in the corner. But, well, if you get me to say hi. Oh. The soy sauce is over here. The ginger. Well, do you want the sriracha mayo?
I highly recommend making a resistant meat.
Cool. Well, you're writing down. Okay. Wasabi. Yes, we have a wasabi paste and mayo. I asked her if she wanted the sriracha mayo. She put it in there. Never had that. Oh yeah, it clears your sinuses. For sure. Oh, yes. My kids just love it. So, I got the pickled ginger this last batch. It was in a big bag at the Asian market for like $5, while a little jar is like $3 in the grocery store. So the bag was like 1 kilogram. Like there was water, or well, not water, but the pickled juice. So we're down to the last bit of that. So the next time I have in my stocking, I got a jar of pickled ginger. So I still have that, and next time I go to the Asian market near me, I'll get the big bag of pickled ginger. What are you looking for?
My charging cord.
Is that one it?
No, it's white. I had it on the couch while I was sick.
I haven't touched it.
You must have, because I had it behind my pillow.
Well, then it's still behind your pillow.
No.
Look. I haven't been on the couch since you were sick on the couch. And lying on the couch. She's looking for a charging cord. Do you like bread pretzels? Oh, yum. I've made pretzels once from scratch. They're not that hard to make, but they're very labor intensive. Oh, that's my oldest. My oldest Rowan. He's the one I said that just... See? Where was it?
In my inbox, but this is not the one I was looking for. It's a different white one. So.
Okay. So she's my oldest. Hey Google, broadcast.
What's the message?
Abby, it's time for you to get up to get back to school. Oh, we call her Ninja. So a couple years ago, I was getting my kitchen redone, and I had a local guy as a contractor doing it, right? And so we live across the street. Steak. Yeah, she had barbecue pork in her sushi that she had made. So we live across the street from their school, their high school, and so they can come home at lunch. And so she would come home with her lunch, eat her lunch here, be very silent, and we wouldn't hear her because we were doing stuff in the kitchen or whatever until she left and the door slammed. So she has like ninja like skills. She's my quiet child. My other child is not quiet. There's A1 sauce, also HP sauce. Or is HP sauce, is that a Canadian thing? That's another good steak sauce. I find A1 sauce is sweet, while HP sauce is more tart, um, what's it called? Um, Worcestershire. Never heard of HP sauce? Hey Google, volume 80%. Hey Google, what is HP sauce?
According to Wikipedia, HP sauce is a brown sauce originally produced by HP Foods in the United Kingdom, now produced by the H.J. Heinz Company in the Netherlands.
Cool. It's very popular here in Canada. That and A1 steak sauce. We get it in the international aisles at the grocery stores. A1 sauce. Yes. What's funny is that's in the international aisle. There's usually a store brand, which is usually cheaper. Oh, I'm on the last onion. So this is probably about 5 pounds of onions that I've peeled. That's a creative joke. Oh, yeah. Oh, this little tiny onions. And then this is like some of the peels. I'm gonna put that in my green bin. And there was only like 3 onions at the very bottom of the bag that were bad. So I'm glad that I peeled them, and I'm going to chop them now, like in my food processor, and freeze them. Because if I left it much longer and just used it as I was going, as I needed to, um, more of the onions would have gone bad. Oh yes, well I still have sauce. So last week I made pasta on Tuesday, and I froze the sauce, and uh, I froze the pasta. I made pasta bow ties. So, but nobody ate on Tuesday because nobody was feeling well. That's when they were going. Yes, I'm trying. I'm doing low spend because I can never do no spend. Um, so I'm still doing low spend February and trying to use up all the different fragments in my house. Um, Using up a lot of stuff. So I did do my groceries on Friday, but I don't think I'm going to be doing any more groceries for the rest of the month. Like I think it's more, like same with like how January was. I only shopped once instead of twice. I think I'm doing the same thing for February. I might get some fresh fruit or veggies next week. Depends on how much we use. We've been eating lots of the berries. I've got mine too. So as I was saying to Jeff, I'm hoping to save about $1,000 from January and February and some from March and stuff. So that for April to go to Jeff to either to go towards Rowan's tuition for school, or to go towards buying meat, I want to aim like at some point to get like beef for the freezer because I know for in the summertime getting like a quarter of a cow or half a cow or whatever, it would really make things cheaper for beef. We don't do a lot of beef because beef gets expensive. We do a lot of chicken. Um, and or go towards you know, paying bills and stuff. Uh, ice cream. I have I picked up ice cream. So we had one of our grocery stores. You'll see when I do that video at Freshco. They had some ice cream sandwiches and ice cream cones for $1.99 for a package of 4. Cleaned it out last time, so it's my turn, I guess. Well, I picked up. I'm hoping to go clean out my at least half of my big freezer before I even think about a meat purchase because I can't put it anywhere, right? So I'm going through stuff like that. Oh, my phone says low battery. So I'm gonna hopefully have $1,000 that I'll be able to send to. I feel like chicken. My husband never feels like chicken, and we've had quite a bit of chicken because that's what's been on sale, and hamburger meat. So this past week I found sirloin tip roast for $3.88 a pound, and I picked up an $8 roast. So over the next few weeks, might do that as a roast. So well, yes. So she already had. So she has some money. Like the goal for us was we were saying with them was that they have their money saved for school. They pay half of first term tuition, and we pay half, so that they actually put some of their money saved that they put towards it, and then we go from there. Because when I went to school, I paid for it all myself, like with student loans, and saved with my husband. I had friends who had their schooling paid for by their parents and stuff, and they buggered off the first year, sometimes just the first term. So we don't want them um, to be um, not that they would. They're not that type of kid either to be partying all the time and stuff like that. But you never know. I mean, college, university, it always changes. People, you know, you get pressured in to do stuff because everybody else is doing it. So you never know. Oh, don't be in a foul mood. Haha. Yeah, hubby hates chicken, unless it's fried chicken. And doing everything for kids doesn't exactly. So, but speaking of which, I've got to get going because I've got to get Abby moving so that she can make it to school for the afternoon for her classes because she did not sleep well last night. She didn't fall asleep till about 5 o'clock this morning. 4 o'clock this morning. The insomnia. And so I said, fine, miss the first class. She has a class before lunch, and then she has to stay for resource period to do the work that she missed in class. I mean, I'm just aiming to get her to school at least half the time these days, which is better than what she was when she was really really sick. She's only about 50% better, like, and still exhausted and still insomnia, still nauseous and stuff. It's not great. So, well, everybody, puppy's breath, CR, Steve, and everybody, Amanda, have a great day. And Josh, and who else was it? Who's Stinkbait? There we go. I was like, what was the name again? We'll see you guys later. I hope to be on, I think tomorrow afternoon. And maybe I'll be starting to do some Valentine's Day stuff. So have a great